So Royal Enfield has had a long association with military motorcycles and with the military in general. So we, as a brand, started manufacturing component parts for ammunitions and for rifles as far back as the 1800s.
I think, like everybody, we've always seen those photos online with the soldier carrying the Flea. I was very excited about the prospects of taking the ideas that we had from the Flea and put them onto a Classic 500.
During World War II, Royal Enfield produced a number of different motorcycles for the War Department. It's such an important part of the brand and our heritage and where we come from. The uniqueness of the Flea is the story we wanted to tell. Lots of manufacturers made dispatch bikes, but the Flying Flea was very much the only one that was used as a proper motorcycle by airborne troops during D-Day and Arnhem.
It's never easy getting colour right. A lot of the time it's open to different people's interpretation of what they're expecting to see, but I think we ended up with a really good match.
We spent a lot of time with colour swatches. I okayed a colour swatch that was on a small card initially, and when the bike was painted in the full colour, it was wrong, so we had to bin a load of paint and start again in developing a new paint. So one of the key things was the ability to be able to have unique stencils, serial numbers. Again, things like the positioning and the placement of the Pegasus logo on the fuel tanks, recreating the RE roundel, making sure that that felt and looked as authentic as possible. The little yellow stripe on the side of the engine cover, which originally would have been used to define the centre of gravity of the motorcycle. Obviously today that doesn't mean anything, but we like that attention to detail and making sure that was right.
One of the main things that we focused on is that you have a pillion seat, a rear rack, or you have just a single seat. It looks correct. And for that we benchmarked a lot of World War motorcycles and saw where the panniers fitted visually as well as functionally, because you should be able to have a pillion rider and still have the bags on. That's something that World War II riders wouldn't be too concerned with, but obviously we wanted to have that authenticity while still being fully usable in today's world.
I was surprised how much it looked like an entirely different bike, especially painting the engine covers. That gave it a very different feel to the original 500. Very different stance. It felt much more in keeping with the original Flea.
These bikes really encapsulate a lot of what Royal Enfield is all about. You know, the legacy and the authenticity of the product and the brand, really. We talk about Royal Enfield a lot, made like a gun, and you know, this is all at the heart of that.
When everything came together, the thing that jumped out the most was the fact that it looked exactly the way we wanted it to be. And it feels simple, it feels raw, it feels like what motorcycles meant to be.
I think what makes these bikes special is the story behind them. It's the awareness that they will give people and the authenticity that has led to them being as they are. I mean, they're a great motorcycle, but it's the ability that they give us to tell the story. To capture that and tell that is something quite special to us.